Um, my friends and I went to a panel featuring Nicole Panseca. She's a Filipino and a restaurateur, and she released a book called I Am Filipino. So she's like going around different cities to do a book signing, just talking about it and all that. There'll be a couple of clips that you'll see. I've recorded what I felt really stuck with me. Let's get this bread.
The people that we have on this as our guests tonight, it's not just Miguel and Nicole. She had this idea called the Socratic method, and that means that it's going to be a very integrative and immersive and thoughtful conversation.
As Nicole and I started exploring and doing R&D, I saw a lot of similarities between Latin food and Filipino food. Where you have arroz caldo with garlic and ginger, we have asopao with garlic and tomato.
I remember growing up and it's always like, go say hi to this lady and say it's your auntie. And I'm like, dude, she's not my auntie. So it's just rooted in our culture that you're welcome. You bring everyone on board, everyone comes together. But being Filipino, it really, like you don't think about it, but it's really there. It's there all the time because as a little kid, you're always like, this is your auntie, this is your uncle, you know.
So I grew up culturally black. And if we're talking about cultural representation, that obviously is a big thing for like the black community. We do not have, or we did not have before things like Black Panther and Barack Obama, there was not representation for the black community, but once those things happened, we felt more empowered to be ourselves. We felt more empowered to not necessarily fit into what people said, hey, you're a black person, you need to fit into this sort of like box, you need to fit into this silo.
Thank God America is opening their mind to it versus the opposite. It always comes about normalizing, not exoticizing, and taking control of what's the narrative. We just sold out in Texas, sold out in Chicago, sold out in San Francisco. We're here, we're gonna be in LA, and there will be more cities to come, and I know we're gonna be in Australia in March, so.
Yes!
How do you spread that culture while still maintaining what makes it so unique?
We've done it by being ourselves. When we hired Filipino or non-Filipino chefs, they had to know regions, pronunciation. When it comes to the dishes, we remain true to the food. In fact, Miguel and our litmus test for any dish that we create is always, does it taste Filipino? Does it highlight the ingredients? That's how we've done it. And whether we were gonna win or lose by the sword.
Yo, mic check. Alright, sounds good. What's up? What's up? So, yeah, I am a barista. I've been making coffee for 3 years now. And it's kind of like the thing that I picked up and just got really good at. And so, yeah. So this is me just working right now. If you, as you can see in the last shot, I don't scale my or weigh out my coffee at home just because I like to eyeball it. I like to just be comfortable with it when I make my coffee at home. But here at work, we got to scale out all of our shots, make sure that everything is properly extracting to the best of its ability. And yeah, that's just something that I've developed or a certain mentality as a barista is that there's no one way of doing things, but you know, you can have multiple outlets of expressing your craft. This is a close-up of me steaming milk. I shouldn't be moving my pitcher like that, just because I want to keep a consistent whirlpool when I'm steaming my milk. But you see, I did it with finesse. Nothing came out. This is a flat white. Look at that. Oh my God, look at that drip on the pitcher. A lot of people might get mad at that, but honestly, it's what sometimes make it look sexy like that. Hey, you guys are totally like matching in opposition.
Okay. I see you.
I think Filipino meat is just mostly culture, but I think with like my generation, it's kind of distant, just because we're so young, and I feel like with my parents at least, like they were like the last generation to be so enveloped in it. And I think definitely with like the people I'm around, like they're trying to bring it back through food and like even through coffee now, which is amazing because you know Philippine coffee was one of the top producers of coffee, but as time goes on, things just evolve, and we have staff here who are trying to bring that back, and as a company, we're trying to bring the Philippines back on the map. Yeah.